Thank you so much for staying with us, everyone. 2019 is on the lips of many Nigerians. Some say that election year will be intriguing. For some, it will be interesting. For some voters, that will be the first time they will be able to exercise their franchise. What about you? Well, let's get talking. Let's get back to the conversation now. Professor Kingsley, Moghalu, a former deputy governor of CBN, has been talking to us on the program. He's been out of the country for a while, and here he's back. The big question would be the role of voters. You heard what the INEC rec did say there, that a major challenge is the fact that people are not even coming to collect their permanent voter card, and the issue, the phenomenon of low voter turnout.
Yes. Now, I think this is something that is the responsibility of all of us as Nigerian citizens. I, as a citizen, am playing my own part. I have set up the Institute for Governance and Economic Transformation in order to educate Nigerians on the basics of governance and economics. And one of the campaigns we are running now, right now, as we speak, is a voter registration campaign. Nigerians need to learn that only they can change their destiny, that the most powerful person in Nigeria is the citizen of Nigeria. You know, so you have to, but for you to have that power and to exercise it, you must vote at elections, because our future, our destinies, our quality of life is decided at elections. So in 2015, just about 30 million people voted. Another 60 million people or so who were eligible to vote did not vote. So basically, 15% of Nigeria's population decided Nigeria's future. I think in 2019, we need to do better. We have no moral and legitimate right to keep complaining about politicians if, as citizens, we just sit on our whatever and type into the internet in frustration, but we don't go and vote. So if you're not at the table, you are on the menu. That's just the way it works.
Interesting, interesting. And so the question would be, the emergence of so-called the force that you're talking about.
That's
in
right.
what color, in what ethnicity, and in what stature and age do you think the next leader of Nigeria should come from?
I think Nigeria should have a paradigm shift in its next leadership. That paradigm shift is across a number of areas. It's in the area of age. Yes, we need a younger leader, in my view. But
when you say young now, because
no, when I say young, I mean,
we've had a political party that had the national leader of their party was about 55 years old. So
yes, that's fine.
The youth leader, the national youth leader of their party was around.
Well, in some definitions, that's still within young. A certain range. Yeah, it's not old.
That's like a grandfather already.
No, but that's middle age. That's middle age. When I say, I mean, anybody, in my view, who is 60 or younger in Nigeria, I think falls very well within the bracket of what you may call, you know, a generational shift in leadership based on what we have now. Now, I think we also need people who have the right type of experience, especially with economic management. Nigeria's economy is a disaster. Don't let anybody fool you. And it's about poverty. It's about jobs. Who are the people who have the kinds of experience to handle these practical problems? Not just people who are very good at politics and winning elections and winning power.
Have you read the economy master plan of this government?
Yes, I have.
You think it's not robust enough?
I think it's a good attempt, but I don't think it's good enough. One of the reasons it's not good enough is this. Nigeria has no economic philosophy. We don't have any organizing philosophy to manage our economy. Just coming to make plans is not enough. That's why we're still very poor after 57 years. Do you know where Brazil is? Do you know where Malaysia is? They have economic philosophies. So it's not enough to give me an economic and growth recovery plan. Let me tell you why. Because economic growth statistics is not necessarily the same thing with development. You see what I'm saying? The GDP can move a needle. 0.5%, 1%, it doesn't matter. What matters is what's the quality of life. Do people have good health care? Do people have good education? Do people have good infrastructure? Those are the things that really matter. Then you have the third level, which is economic transformation. And that is the structure of the economy.
Right.
So that's why a lot more needs to be done.
There's one issue that I want us to take up before we close the program. Sure. And it's the way and manner that states, the 36 states are being run in this country. Yeah. It looks so much that the governors, they may look powerful with the series of vehicles that they drive across the street of the cities in their state, but sometimes they look powerless in a lot of sense. Look at the Benue State situation.
Yes.
Look at what is happening in Kaduna State.
Absolutely.
Look at a lot of issues on the table. A lot of the states are, in fact, they say some of them are, they cannot even pay for their own.
There are only 6 states out of the 36 states of the Federation that outpace the allocations they get from the federal government from their own internally generated revenue. So basically, only 6 states are viable. Now, even among these states that you might even consider viable, there is still a fundamental problem. Because in all the states of Nigeria, you find out that recurrent expenditure, the proportion of the internally generated revenue to their recurrent expenditure is not more than 10%. Now, what this tells you is that there's a fiscal crisis in this country, and it's a fundamental crisis that comes from the political and constitutional structure of the Federation of Nigeria. And I think this needs to be looked at for sure. And the main reason for it is because of the economy, because of the efficiency of governance.
Not because of the law that guides the old template of our governance structure in Nigeria.
No, but I mean, you need some constitutional changes to improve it. That's what I'm saying.
Isn't that major?
Oh, very major. But the main reason why we need to improve it is that Nigeria is living a lie, except Nigeria goes back to this matter of the structure. Because these 36 state governors who are supposedly chief security officers but cannot control the security environment in their states, it means that there is no real federalism being practiced in Nigeria today. Nigeria's governance is too Abuja-centric. And until that changes, it's going to be very difficult for us to make real progress.
You speak to the mind, and a lot of, I mean, you won't get inspired by your speech. You're a smooth talker. Are you running for office?
Well, there are all things possible. It's a possibility.
Could you be running for president?
There are all sorts of possibilities. All things are possible.
Would you like to be Nigeria's president?
Why not?
Would you do that in 2019?
I'm thinking about my future. When I make a decision, I'll let you know.
Professor Kingsley Moghalu, many thanks for your time. We will drag you here as many times as possible, especially when these issues are here, because of your expertise. Thank you so much for your thoughts tonight. Thank you so much. Yeah, Professor Kingsley Moghalu, former Deputy Governor at the CBN under Lamido Sanusi. And that's our show for tonight. It's a Friday. Do enjoy your weekend. Don't forget, Sunday, we'll be right back with a 1-hour show, Sunday Politics. Don't miss it anywhere. And that's our show for today. I'm Sean Kimbale. Bye-bye.